benchmark video time. We have the i9-12900kf here. Let's go ahead and, there you go. 16 gigs of 4800 megahertz DDR5 RAM. This is on the Aorus Elite Z690 motherboard, RTX 3070 Ti, which won't really matter. Windows 11. So let's, we're going to do XTU, Cinebench R20 and R23. And let's go ahead and hit this one. Now, the CPU cooler is the Thermalright Peerless 120 Assassin. I may have that name a little goofed up, but basically dual towers, dual 120 millimeter fans. And I would estimate the fans are spinning anywhere from 1500 to 2000 RPM. So not a bad temp on this, but not necessarily an impressive score either. This puts it in the i7 13700K range. Good old i9-13900kf is about 12,000, 13,000, depending on how you set it up. So as I said, the max temp, core voltage. The one thing that we don't have on here, let's add these two. And I think that's good. So I don't think it's gonna, well, actually it does show it after the fact. So, you know, used about 170 watts of power. Now, this is default settings as far as I know, except for power limit set to unlimited. You can see what the default would be for both those, 125 and 251, which would bring the score down. All right. Now, let's go ahead and do Cinebench R20. I hope this computer has... uh-oh, folks. Not on here. Ugh. This must be a different drive. All right. I think we can find it this way if it lets us in. Must be under the wrong user. Hopefully I'll edit this out. All right, there's R20. I found R20. So yeah, it unbeknownst to me, switched out which drive was the priority, which is really weird. So we'll go ahead and run this. Luckily, it'll execute. And like I said, if I don't edit that out, I apologize. A lot of stuff going on in my world. All right, so we'll click that, and then we'll come over here and clear this out. Okay. So this CPU cooler is a good match for this if you're just going to run defaults. I have not tried to overclock it. The CPU cooler is not matched well for something like the i9-13900kf or the 13900K or 13900KS. As you can see, we ended up using more power, and the temps got up to 73. I don't know that this is a, I don't remember what the TDP is on this CPU cooler. I could have sworn it was only like 200 watts, so maybe it's higher. All right, so what was our score? 99.89. Now, does this show any of my other CPUs in memory? No. That's unfortunate. Once again, I believe this is probably close to the range of the i7 13700kf that I have, or had, I should say. All right, next, let's go ahead and do Cinebench R23. And I'll tell you, this is rather impressive. Do you see the temps? Let's go back to that. It's dropped down to as low as 21, which just seems absurd, where I've been with these 13th gen CPUs. So hopefully this thing's performing where it's supposed to be. All right, let's go ahead and run this. And hopefully this is not, let's just make sure this is not the, we don't want the 10-minute one. That'll drive you nuts after a while. All right. I guess we're going to leave this. So it is getting even higher wattage, which is what you'd expect. And the temperature is going up. $198. So my i9-13900kf with these settings, it has hit over 300 watts. The only thing out there that can cool that is a nice big air or water cooler. All right, so close to 200 watts used. And folks, the score, 26991. So I think that is above the i7 13700kf, which you would expect with all the extra cores on this thing. But you know, it's a huge difference between this and the i9-13900kf. I routinely hit over 40,000 with that thing. So that's like huge. That's like another 50% greater score. Well, thanks for checking out the video, folks. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.